Hello, and welcome to the November 2025 edition of Coffee and Kolache, or Kava a Kolache. And I am so excited about this November edition because, as is the tradition, we take our store manager and she tells us about the incredibly wonderful Christmas presents that she's assembled for us. And this year, like no other, is spectacular. I am so excited. I told her I want to buy everything. So Andrea, welcome, and we're so thrilled you're here to share with us what you have in the store, what will be available online, and in the catalog that will be coming out. So why don't we start down here, Andrea, because Andrea Siebenman has amassed this wonderful array of gifts from the Czech and Slovak republics. And because children usually are waiting for their gifts, but everybody waits for their gifts. But let's start here with children and tell us what you've put together here for children.
Well, thank you, Cecilia, and I'm very glad and happy to present our 2025 holiday merchandise selection for this year. And like you said, Cecilia, I agree, children are always, and children at heart usually are anxiously awaiting some gifts, and it's a fun tradition anyway. So basically, here are the puzzles for adults and for children, different sizes, different counts of pieces for jigsaw puzzles. This year, new one is a 3D tin, collectible tin, for gingerbread houses. So there are several gingerbread houses in the puzzle, and I think it should be really fun when folks get into it, and it's only 550 pieces, so it's for a lot of different categories of challenge, folks that are challenged. So, but I would like to mention that we cannot forget about our Kurtek that is very popular always. And so we were trying to stock as many of the plushies as well as the puzzles, the flat puzzles, and we have some of the traditional jigsaw puzzles. And then especially growing up, I remember the wood blocks. Those were really popular. And this year we have some different ones. They're not necessarily just a Kurtek. They're with farm animals and domestic animals. So we have made some changes and additions to the selection. And of course, we have the traditional 2026 Kurtek calendar with the stickers, so that are very popular. So wait for those to be online for you to purchase for next year. And then we also, something new that we are going to feature this year is this book that was put together by the band, Harafica band from Moravia. And what they did, they put together almost like a hymnal, or what do you call it? A collection of carols, Christmas carols that are all in Czech language here, but there are musical notes for them. And what's even nicer is that they put together a CD that's attached to the book at the end, and so folks can actually sing along or try to play it on the piano or any other instrument. So I think that should be a really nice addition. So all of these are in Czech language, like I said, and they're the most traditional Christmas carols that have been, sang during the Christmas season in Czechia. And the other addition are a couple of little books that are bilingual, both in Slovak and English, and then also Czech in English. So I think that might be fun learning kind of tool for the families, and especially this is for winter specifically. So we will get other variations for the different seasons. So I think that's a very nice, because we do get some inquiries about the language learning and how to introduce the language to kids. So this, I think, would be a very nice option for the younger learners. And so again, we cannot forget the little plushies of Kurtek, who is dressed for winter with his little itty-bitty tricolor cap in different variations. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, what I love about what you've done here, it's all made in the Czech Republic, Czechia, or Slovakia. And what's neat about it, it's a way that parents, grandparents can teach their children about our culture. And it's a great way in a learning, playful way. So these gifts are the gifts that go on for generations. I love it.
That's the main goal in the store, is basically to represent both countries in a way that reaches both the younger generation as well as, the more mature folks that are trying to catch up on their heritage, learn about it, and then also embrace it. And then these gifts are a perfect way to do it. So it takes a little bit of effort to do it, to get the right kind of mix of items and then representation of both countries. But you're right. I mean, this is perfect.
And what I like about it too, Andrea, is the fact that generations can pass it on. You can have a kotek and you might give it to your grandchild, or they might give it to their so
these wooden cubes. I mean, I know that they've been passed in my family from myself and my sister through my nieces and then great niece and great nephews. I mean, they are almost destructible, undestructible.
And these puzzles, I love them too, because many mature people like to do puzzles nowadays. And so they could do it with their grandchildren.
And what I have done in shopping is that I was looking at the 500 pieces, because we get some feedback from folks about that to reach different levels of difficulty, so make it a little bit easier and accessible. This picture, actually, I should mention, this is the city of Olomouc in Moravia, and this is one of their main squares, and then Olomouc is one of the cities, if we know, they have a special astronomical clock. So we have our new astronomical clock too, and that was unveiled last fall, as we know. And so what we have done, we have made a new T-shirt that features the astronomical clock. It's called Orloj, of course. And so we put a fun spin on it. Instead of putting it all in English, we made it sound as Czech and Slovak, so it's Americký Orloj. Okay, so these T-shirts are really wonderful. They turned out great, wonderful quality too, very nice and different.
May I add that what I love about it is, and I've given these away as gifts for so many people, is the fact that we can talk about we're the only one in the United States with an Orloj.
That is made in the Prague style Orloj.
Orloj, Prague style Orloj. Right, and we now this year added a sundial, and that made us the only one in the world, a Prague style Orloj, to have a sundial. We really, this is something, if you wear it, it strikes up conversation, and people say, what does that mean? And we can tell them that it's here in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And on the back, it's just plain so that you can wear it with any. I've had guys wear these with their suits. With a sports jacket.
Because it's very elegantly looking, and it just has that discussion and opening piece on it. So, and it's it's Pražský Orloj, then it's a Slovenský Orloj. So now we have Americký Orloj. So all three of them are connected now. And speaking of Orloj, we do have something new, another souvenir that has been put together, and it features our wonderful figurines that are showing after the clock strikes the hour, and they all come through the doors, the couple of doors. And so we thought it would be kind of fun to reveal them through this mug. So mug comes as a black, but if you recall from last year, we had a 50th anniversary special mug that was hot water generating the image, and then we could do the same thing with this mug, where when we pour the hot water in it, guess what? It reveals all of the figurines on it. So I think that's going to be another fun gift.
And that's a great gift, to give, and for even families to discuss with their children, because each of the figures represent an immigrant, and you can talk about maybe your grandfather or grandmother or great grandmother was an immigrant and have that profession.
Yes, indeed, and all basically our museum is all about the immigration, and so how better to pay tribute to that mission than with this piece.
And wouldn't this be a great gift for people to buy for colleagues at work? For
Oh,
example,
yeah.
you know, if
Oh,
you're
yeah,
a Czech or
it's
something, and you
fun.
want to say to, you know, your colleague at work, this is a gift, and it'd be something they could talk about. I love it. Great.
Coffee, tea, you name it. When we were speaking about the mug, when we poured the hot liquid in it, of course, we were talking coffee and tea. So we have a very nice, cute tea collection, again, from Czech Republic, lovingly collected and put together. There are 6 different pieces or flavors that are in that box, so that's going to be another fun gift. We also have gotten a new calendar for 2026 that is made by our friend Olga Mendel, and she put together a selection of recipes, actually, for each month, different recipe of traditional Czech cookies and Slovak. Some of them are, of course, because we share a lot of recipes, different food and cuisine. So that's going to be another fun gift and wonderful gift. And finishing with the kitchen kind of slash item, food items, we have some beautifully embroidered new towels, kitchen towels, and then aprons that are kind of matching. So those are going to be wonderful gifts again for lovers of wine and connoisseurs who would appreciate that. And one piece of the apron says Slovensko in Slovak, and then the other one says Slovakia in English, and cheers, na zdravie, and then cheers. So there are a couple of translations, and same for the towels. And then we have these towels that have been embroidered, and it's a towel set. It's a beautiful, wonderful linen quality, so those could be really fun. And then also a nice display. Yeah.
And you know what's so neat about these towels is the fact that everybody uses their towels until they're almost nothing but thread.
Yeah.
So this is a good gift to give to people that to replace their towels and think of their homelands.
Yeah,
I
I
love
know it might be a little bit hesitant. They might be hesitant to use this beautiful embroidery for cleaning the dishes. But then, you know, they can be used as little doilies or something like that. They can be, and that again, it's a very nice quality. And finally, we cannot forget about the bakers, the handy bakers who love to bake, and of course to mention the bundt cake, babovka. And we have a new book, selection of bundt cake recipes that we obtained from the Nordic Ware, which is a very, very solid and good quality bakeware made here in the United States. And what we have done, and what I think it's going to be fun for the families, I just couldn't resist this. This is a wonderful piece of baking pan where you can create and bake 6 different little gingerbread houses, sort of. And, you know, imagine having fun with your, with kids in the family, with grandkids, and you name it, and even adults. I mean, that would be so much fun to bake all of those and then decorate them, you know, for the table, and then put them on the tray, you know. So just like it's here on the picture, I think these would be really fun. Our financial director, when he saw these, he said, I'm getting that. My wife would love this, and my kids would love this. So I think that it's going to be very popular.
It's unique. I've not seen any. You usually see a bundt pan as one thing, but this is so unique. And what I like about it too.
And Nordic Ware has done a really wonderful job, and we will have some other options for the bundt pans. One is beautifully red bundt pan with a little keeper, and then we have another little pan that has multiple little bundt cakes, you know, that people can make, so little itty bitty ones, so instead of one large one. So for parties, that's perfect.
What a tradition to keep in the family too. I love
absolutely. Moving on, we have some calendars. This year, new calendar of Andy Warhol. And this is going to feature very traditional Warholian posters with Marilyn Monroe and his tomato can, the banana, the cows. I mean, you name it. The cow is right here. So it's really going to be a fun calendar. I think I couldn't resist.
That's great because, you know, a lot of people don't realize he was Slovak.
Oh, yeah, Rusin.
Yeah,
he was Rusin. Yeah. And Rusins are part of Slovakia.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
it's a wonderful, you know, minority part of Slovakia that lives in the northeast Slovakia, and they have contributed a lot. And I know there is a big diaspora here in the United States. So we want to honor that, their heritage. And of course, we can Miss Alphonse Mucha, and we have 3 different calendars actually, but I just couldn't fit them all here. But we have some nice selection as well.
And you know what's nice about these Mucha? I know people that buy them every year and then they frame the pictures.
Yes. I mean, that's a very easy way to use them. I mean, the images are just gorgeous. And then each calendar has different ones. So, and we usually show those also on the online store.
Okay,
in the online store. And of course, when people are in the store, they can check them out.
And just, that's a good point, kind of midway, that we remind everyone that we have an online store. You can go to ncsml.org and look at our online store.
It's store.ncsml.org.
Why don't you repeat that one more time?
Store.ncsml.org.
And then you'll see a lot of these wonderful items. You can also call.
Yes.
If they have questions, they
319-362-8500, and extension is 114, or 119, or 112. But 114 is the store extension.
Right. And so people can call it, and then you have a catalog coming out. So you have many ways that you can access not only these wonderful items, but more to come.
Yes, and catalog will be again electronic. We're going to send our members a preview, so that's going to be very important for them to have the first dibs on the contents of the catalog, and then of course we will be mailing some because not everyone is online, so it's easier for them to shop and call us.
And we should bring out, Andrea, too, that if you're a member, you get a 10% discount on all your purchases, and if you're a new member, a 20% one. So I think you know, it's really important that we not only, you know, support our National Czech and Slovak Museum and Library through membership, but it also can be a valuable money saver in terms of the store.
Right, and on top of that, people could buy a gift membership. So the gift membership can also kick in, and they can, you know, folks that are going to be the new members, they can purchase and take advantage of the discounts as well.
I'm so glad you said that because, you know, so many times people say, I ask them, what do they want for Christmas? Oh, I don't need anything. But if you give them a membership, it's something that gives the whole year.
Yes, of course. Moving on, and we have some samples here of some wonderful designs on, believe it or not, these are tote bags.
They're great.
They're really nicely done tote bags made in Slovakia with the traditional designs, either blueprint looking like, or the ones with the color designs from different regions. Detva and Vazhec. Those are very quintessential regions with a very rich embroidery and designs.
You know, I recently read that these bags now, like this, people are using them for purses instead of purses because they're more versatile.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, they're very, very nicely done. And speaking of the tote bags, I was going to bring up another one that pays homage to Joža Uprka and one of his famous images that are actually now in our exhibit. And so this is from the collection of George Drozd, who is a huge supporter of NCSML and who is also a very, very avid collector of Joža Uprka for many years now. And so thanks to him, we have this beautiful tote bag, and we're selling it in the store again, and it's going to be online. It is online already, so you're welcome to purchase it.
That's a one of a kind, and what I think people don't realize is that when you look at Mucha, And you look at Uprika. Mucha wrote of Uprika, he said, he is the heartbeat of the Moravian people in their folkwear.
Soul.
The soul.
Yeah,
and
he's the soul of Moravia.
And so, you know, when you look at this, even Mucha was inspired by Uprika.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. And Uprika really documented the rural life in Moravia
Yes.
at that turn of the century in 19th and 20th century very, very well. And so ethnographers are really grateful to him. When I was speaking about the calendars, I was going to also pop up this one, which is, many of you will know, made by Josef Lada. And his calendar of the months is just beautiful. It's a little bit larger size, mostly because to give, to make it worthwhile his descriptions, I think that large size is really necessary. But the bonus is you will get all the Czech name days on the calendar at the bottom. It's not a great calendar, but again, it's beautiful, and it's going to be for sale as well.
And you know, Lada was something that I remember growing up, you always had to have a Lada calendar.
Yes, I know. And we've had it last year, and we try to supply it. We do have another one that's already on sale. It's called Říkadla, which means the sayings. He was famous for doing that, and especially for children. It's a great way, again, to learn the Czech language and the culture and the traditions. I was going to also point, when we were talking about the blueprint totes, that we have a new T-shirt, and I am just having it down here hanging because of the space. But that's, again, a new addition to our selection of apparel at the store. And it's a short sleeve one, but has a beautiful, beautiful design in the center. So it's very stunning, and it's very, I would say, a good conversation piece as well, because it really is striking. And I did buy one earlier on, and wherever I was going, everyone was like, oh my gosh, that's so pretty, it's beautiful, because it kind of stands out, so it's really pretty. And speaking of that, let's move through another piece of apparel, and then I'm gonna talk about the one I'm wearing right now. And that T-shirt has been embroidered again with a traditional folk design from one of the regions. Currently that's in Slovakia, but then again, it's just striking. It's so beautiful.
I know, the colors are amazing.
It's just amazing, and it's a wonderful.
And it's long sleeve.
Yes, it's a long sleeve, and it's an excellent quality too. And again, I must say, I already have one. I tried it, I washed it, and it's really, really very well done. So it's going along with our theme for this year, which we have. One of the themes is going to be red, and so I am wearing currently this beautiful jacket that has these striking ornaments and designs. And it has a zippered pockets, and it's fully zippable. So you can see it's a metal zipper, so it's not a kind of a, some of the nylon or other zippers are not really very well done, but it's
the back
really
design
beautiful.
too is beautiful.
Yep. It's very comfortable. It's got plenty long sleeves. As you can see, I'm wearing size large, so it's really good. It's kind of nice, and it sits on the body very well. And in addition to this red, we have a navy. We have a navy color.
Well, I had not seen these till today, and I just about flipped because it's so beautiful and it's striking. I mean, you see it and you go, wow. And
it's a very nice quality. I know it doesn't have a hood, but I don't think it's necessary because this is really a nice piece to just have something on top of your little, shirt or whatever T-shirt you're wearing underneath it. And it's a beautiful, beautiful piece. It's very celebratory. So that's
exciting. And the thing is, it can be worn by men and women. You told me it's
yes, it can, absolutely. It's not gender specific. It's very gender neutral. So it depends on what people would like.
No, it's lovely.
Speaking of the red color, let's move through here. So we have gotten some fun. Different kinds of puzzles. Again, this puzzle of poinsettia flower is beautiful. It's is a collection from one of the vendors here in the States, and they have done a beautiful job. And so this is, for example, a puzzle that it's not a square or rectangular, but it's kind of tracing the edges, edges of the flower, of the actual image. So I think it's going to be fun, and this one is only 350 pieces. So again, it might look a little bit challenging with all the red in it, but I think it's going to be great. And speaking of red, we are again working with our mainstay jewelry maker, KJK in New York. And we have worked with her, and she offered us this beautiful new collection of the red and sage leaves jewelry, and it's all pieces and beads from Czech Republic. So they're very, very nice quality. Again, it's all gold-plated. It's, for folks who may have allergies or whatever. So we have beautiful necklace and / choker, and then with a little bit on a toggle. So it's very easy to, toggle is very easy to put on. And then we have bracelet that has extender. So if you have a little bit larger wrist, you can do it, and then different kinds of earrings with it. Okay, and then we of course have our wonderful ornaments that we have secured for this year. And what we have done this year in the store, we have a section of new ornaments, so when folks come in, they can very easily recognize them.
Nice.
And so we are looking, forward to working with our customers and offering them different ornaments. As you all know, because of capacity, we cannot really put all of our ornaments online, so we apologize, but then we have a lot of them in the store, and we would be happy to show you, send you pictures if you call us, and if you have a cell phone number, we can send it to you very easily, and you can tell us what you'd like, and we can take the order over the phone. So it's not a problem at all. And before we go to the top and the end of our speech here, and my speech, I would like to still go back to KJK and the blue color here, because this is another new collection that we ordered from her, and it's for those lovers and who like dark blue. There are plenty of again options. We have a bracelet, the choker with extender, and then two different kinds of earrings. I'm showing one kind. And speaking of blue,
my favorite.
So we have secured some of these beautiful cups and saucers for your tea or coffee, and we have a tea size, and then we have an espresso size. So there are two different sizes that we have, and again, these are going to be in the catalog, so if folks are interested, and we're going to have some other surprises for the tea drinkers and coffee drinkers in the catalog, so watch out for the catalog. We're going to be sending it again electronically and then also by mail a little bit later. Okay. But would you like to
Absolutely.
comment on
My
this
eye
one?
is just driven to that. This past year, we lost a great friend and great spirit within our National Czech and Slovak Museum, Marge Nadel. And Marge, before she passed, said, I hope that you will never forget the beautiful work that we've done together. And certainly you were a big part of that, Andrea. And so we have one of
the folks before me, too.
Yeah,
they all started it.
And she was an artist. She went to the Art Institute in Chicago, but she was our artist in residence. And her spirit does continue to live on here. And she did leave us with a last ornament, but we may have some other designs. But this is kind of her last swan song, wouldn't you say?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So do you want to talk?
Just gives me chills because we miss Marge so much. She has given to this museum incredible legacy. she left behind, and with the personalizations, with the designs, with her Easter eggs, you name it, and she has given a lot to us.
I remember she was still with us last year, and she was still personalizing them.
Yeah.
And I went to her, and she said, "I'm in Czech. We always talk Czech." And she was cold. She said, "Bring me some coffee." And and she would not. I said, "Marge, maybe you're done too much today." Or, "Oh, no." And people were lining up. And so her spirit lives on. But talk to us a little bit about this ornament.
Well, all I can say, Cecilia, is that the ornament was her way to again celebrate the folk tradition, because as you can see, the ornament has beautiful little doves in blue, then it has hearts in red, so it's the detail on it is just incredible. And we worked with a Czech company that was very kind and made a beautiful embellishments of the design so that it can stand out on that red color. And we thought that that red would be really very appropriate for the way for the design to stand out. And in fact, it's kind of sad, but it's the very first ornament was done on that kind of red.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
And the last one.
So please, to our listening audience, make sure that you call and order, because they're a limited number.
It's a limited edition, just like all the other ornaments have been before.
And some are already sold out, correct?
Yeah, I mean, all we have is 24 and some of the 23 ornaments left in our stock. So, yes, and Marge was just so proud, and I know she was so particular about making sure that the ornament looks good. And I think we made her proud by doing it the way.
She's looking down and very happy.
Yeah. I'm sorry I can't share it with her, but I hope that her family is going to be enjoying it for the years to come. But
what a great tribute to her.
Yes, and we're just eternally grateful to her for everything she's done.
But you know what you've done in your display here, for those of you that may have an apartment or may not have a lot of room for a tree, you sell these wonderful ornament holders.
Yes,
and I know that
stands.
you know that's a great way to have and showcase these ornaments maybe in several rooms of the house without a tree.
Yes, of course. And these are very popular now because we hear here and there, people are still buying ornaments for their, families, for the kids, for the grandkids, for the nieces, and you name it. Or introducing them, like another volunteer just recently bought an ornament for her granddaughter who is getting married. And so she got her this beautiful cake ornament, and then also a special one for her because she's been buying her ornaments for many, many years, from since she was a baby, and so she couldn't resist, and so it's a big tradition, and so having it on the stand is just another way how to cherish those gifted ornaments or inherited ornaments. And new ornaments too, because we have some very good ones.
And these are really special because they are all handmade in the Czech Republic.
Yes, they are.
And so
all mouth blown glass ornaments and made or forms, and then they were all hand decorated.
And what's so nice about that, what you just mentioned, to pass it on.
Yes.
That you can pass it on to future generations. And that's something that really is becoming somewhat of a lost art, don't you think?
I think so. Some folks are a little bit concerned about it, but I think we're still going pretty strong with it. Yeah, folks are still very interested. And it's incredible, those folks that are making them, they always come up with these beautiful designs, and I'm like, where are they coming? How are they thinking about these new designs? And they're just stunning. They're just stunning designs. It just boggles one's mind, how creative folks can be. And it's a big tradition. It's a big tradition in there, and I know that especially in Czech Republic, where there are several manufacturers, they're still doing a wonderful job making sure that they're still going to be on the market with those.
Well, you certainly did a wonderful job of bringing together for our listening audience some of the highlights. These are just the highlights of what they can expect.
Yeah.
And again, they can go online. You want to give the online again?
Store.ncsml.org.
The phone number?
319-362-8500, and extension is 114 for the store.
And watch out for the catalog.
We have an email address too.
Yes, why don't you give
Okay, store@ncsml.org.
store@ncmsl.org. Perfect. And you've got a lot coming up. You've got some events coming up in November.
Yes, we are going to actually attend the Christmas market on the invitation of the Czech Embassy in Washington, D.C., which is a great, great honor for us to be among the different vendors that they have for the market. It's an excellent market, very well done, very well organized for several years, so we are very, very
And I know they love
delighted.
having you. They love having you.
Yes.
And then in December, the first full weekend of December is our Old World Christmas Market.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So mark that on your calendars. Come early, but you can even come before to get the best choices, so nothing is sold out.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I mean, I don't know, but yeah, things may be flying off the shelf. So,
Well, thank you, Andrea. Again,
You're welcome,
you've done
Cecilia.
you've done a great job, and I'm going to get one of these.
okay,
Okay.
not this one.
No, I need a bigger one. Well, listen, thanks all of you for tuning in, and Andrea, once again, thank you, and Merry Christmas to everyone. But we'll see you next month on Coffee and Kolache, Gava and Kolache.
Happy New Year.